Mindset determines where you go, even when our bodies don't cooperate. Not in the fake, stay positive kind of way, but in a real life way. The way you think shapes the choices you make. The choices you make shapes your days, and over time, your days shape your direction. A lot of warriors feel stuck because they don't feel like they have control. Chronic illness can flip your life upside down. One appointment changes everything. One flare can knock you off your routine. And before you know it, you're not moving forward, you're reacting. You're surviving, not steering. That's why this conversation matters. When you don't have a clear direction, everything feels heavier. Decisions feel harder. You second guess yourself. You waste energy trying to figure out what the next step should be. But when you have direction, even a small one, your brain calms down because it knows where you're headed. Hey warriors, welcome to Empowerment in Illness. I am your host, Gwen. Today, we're talking about why mindset determines where you go and how to use mindset as a navigation tool when life with chronic illness feels uncertain. We also are going to connect this to the Lupus Roadmap because sometimes you don't need more motivation. You need a clear path. Let's get into it. When people hear the word mindset, they often think it means staying positive or keeping a good attitude no matter what. That version of mindset can feel exhausting, especially when you live with chronic illness. You're always managing symptoms, appointments, and daily limitations. Being told to just think happy thoughts does not help when your body is struggling. The mindset we are talking about today is different. This mindset is about direction. It's about knowing where you're headed, even if you're moving slowly or taking breaks along the way. Directions give you something steady to lean on when your energy fluctuates or plans change. When illness enters your life, it can knock you off course fast. You may lose routines you depended on. Goals you once had may no longer fit. Without direction, it is easy to feel like you are wandering. You wake up each day reacting to symptoms, messages, and responsibilities instead of choosing what matters most. Direction doesn't mean having a perfect plan. It means having an anchor, something that helps you decide what deserves your energy and what can wait. When you know your direction, directions feel less overwhelming because you are not starting from scratch every day. Think about how much energy gets wasted on uncertainty. Should I push today or rest? Should I schedule that appointment now or wait? Should I say yes or no? When your mindset has direction, those questions become easier because they run through a filter. Does this move me where I want to go? Does this support my health and my life? This kind of mindset is practical. It doesn't ask you to ignore how you feel. It asks you to choose your direction with honesty and intention. And once you do that, even small steps start to feel meaningful instead of frustrating. This is where real empowerment begins. Not by forcing optimism, but by deciding where you are headed and letting that guide your choices. When you don't have a clear direction, your days start running you. You wake up and it feels like you're immediately behind, even if nothing has happened yet. Your mind starts scanning. What needs attention? What might go wrong? What you forget yesterday? That's not because you're disorganized. It's because your brain hates uncertainty, and chronic illness brings a lot of it. This is where decision fatigue creeps in. You start making 100 tiny choices before lunch. Do I have the energy to shower? Should I eat now or wait? Do I call the doctor today or tomorrow? Do I push through this pain or stop and rest? None of these decisions are small when your body is unpredictable. And if you don't have a direction, every decision feels like it's carrying the weight of your whole life. Without direction, you also start reacting to other people's needs louder than your own. You answer the text because you feel guilty. You say yes because you don't want to disappoint anyone. Take on the extra task because you're trying to prove you're still capable. Then you pay for it later, not because you're weak, but because you spend your energy on things that didn't support you. Another thing that happens when you don't choose a direction is you start chasing relief instead of building stability. You look for the fastest way to feel better in the moment, even if it creates problems later. You might overdo it on a good day, then crash. You might avoid a hard conversation, then feel stressed for weeks. You might skip tracking symptoms because you don't want to deal with it, then feel unprepared at the next appointment. This isn't about blame. It's about how humans respond when they feel lost. And let's talk about the emotional side because it matters. When you don't have direction, it's easy to spiral. You start thinking, what's the point? What am I even doing? Why does this feel so hard? That spiral doesn't mean you're negative. It means you're tired and you're trying to care too much without a map. Direction doesn't remove chronic illness, but it does reduce the chaos around it. It gives you a filter for your choices. It gives you a way to say, this matters. That can wait. It helps you protect your energy because you're not deciding everything from scratch each day. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, scattered, or like you can't get ahead, it doesn't mean you're failing. It might simply mean you're trying to live without a clear direction. And that's exactly why the Lupus Roadmap matters, because it gives you a path when your brain and body feels overloaded. When your body feels unpredictable, your brain starts looking for something stable. This is where the Lupus Roadmap helps. It does not exist to pressure you or rush you. It exists to keep you from wandering when you feel tired, scared, or overwhelmed. A lot of warriors think they need one perfect plan. They think they need to know the full timeline, the right specialist, the right meds, the right lifestyle changes, the right words to say all at once. That mindset creates panic. The Lupus Roadmap interrupts that panic by giving you stops instead of one giant destination. Stops matter because they create clarity. When you know what you are doing right now, your nervous system calms down. Your mind stops spinning as much. You stop trying to solve your entire life in one sitting. You focus on the next step that supports your health, your stability, and your future. The Lupus Roadmap also makes the journey feel manageable. It breaks the chaos into categories you can handle, one at a time. It helps you track what is happening in your body, organize your questions, and show up prepared. It gives you language for appointments, so you don't freeze when the doctor asks, so what brings you in today? It helps you hold the details of your story when brain fog tries to steal them. Most importantly, the Lupus Roadmap prevents spiraling because it gives you a path back. Even if you miss a step, even if you have a flare, even if life gets loud, you don't have to start over from zero. You return to the next right stop. So when everything feels unclear, you don't need more motivation. You need direction you can trust. That is what the Lupus Roadmap offers. It helps you move forward with intention, even on the days you move slowly. And once you've had that kind of structure, mindset stops being a motivational word. Mindset becomes a tool. It becomes the way you keep choosing your direction, even when your body changes the pace. Mindset shows up in small choices you make when nobody is watching. It shows up in what you say yes to, what you say no to, and what you keep putting off. It also shows up in how you talk to yourself when your body changes the plan again. When your mindset has direction, you start making decisions from a place of alignment instead of pressure. You stop asking, what will make everyone else happy? And start asking, what supports my health in my life? That shift changes everything because it gives you permission to protect your energy without feeling guilty. Here's what this looks like in real life. You choose to prepare instead of avoid. You write down symptoms even when it feels annoying because you want clarity later. You bring notes to appointments because you want to be heard. You ask the hard questions because guessing costs you more than speaking up. You rest before you crash because you want stability, not another setback. Directions also help you set boundaries without turning it into a big emotional moment. You can say, I can't commit to that, and mean it. You can say, I need to check my energy first, and not apologize. You can stop explaining your whole condition to people who don't respect it. Mindset also shapes whether you choose support or isolation. When you feel overwhelmed, your brain often tells you to disappear. It tells you to handle it alone so you don't have to feel like a burden. Direction pushes back on that. Directions remind you that support is part of the plan. It reminds you that community, tools, and structure exist because You were never meant to carry this by yourself. So pay attention to your daily choices because they tell the truth about your mindset, not your intentions, your actions. The good news is this: you can change your direction at any time, one choice at a time, one boundary at a time, one prepared step at a time. A lot of warriors get stuck because they think they need the full plan before they move. They think, if I can't see how this ends, why start? Chronic illness makes that feeling louder because symptoms change, answers take time, and progress rarely looks straight. Direction solves this. Direction says, I don't need the whole map today. I need the next step. When you choose one next step, you create momentum. Momentum builds confidence, and confidence makes the next step easier to see. Your next step should feel specific and doable, not a life overhaul, not a perfect routine. One action that supports your direction. It could be as simple as writing down 3 symptoms and when they show up. It could be making one appointment you've avoided. It could be setting one boundary so you stop spending energy you don't have. It could be asking one question at your next visit that you keep swallowing. This is where warriors get tripped up. Perfection. Perfection say, if I can't do it all, I'll do nothing. Direction say, if I do one thing, I win today. You don't need a flawless week. You need a steady pattern of small choices that point you forward. And let's be honest, you'll have days when you stop. Flares happen. Exhaustions happen. Life happens. That doesn't mean you fail. That means you pause, recover, and return to your direction. The Lupus Roadmap helps here because it gives you a place to come back to, so you don't waste energy wondering where to restart. So here's what I want you to remember. Your speed doesn't define your progress. Your direction does. Choose your next step. Keep it small, keep it honest, keep it connected to where you want to go. Then repeat. That's how you move forward with intentions, even in an unpredictable body. Set aside some quiet time this week with your journal. These prompts are meant to help you notice your directions, not judge your pace. Where do I feel the most unsure or scattered right now, and why? What direction do I want my health decision to support this season? When I feel overwhelmed, what choices am I reacting to instead of choosing? What has helped me feel grounded or clear in the past that I could return to now? If I had a simple map instead of a perfect plan, what would my next stop be? What decision would feel easier if I filtered them through my long-term well-being? Where am I spending my energy that doesn't move me toward the life I want? What is one small choice I can make this week that aligns with my direction? You don't need all the answers. You only need enough clarity to take the next step. And now, a word from our sponsor. This episode is brought to you by Empowerment in Illness, your mission-driven ecosystem for advocacy, education, and support for life with chronic illness. If today's message hit home and you've been feeling scattered, overwhelmed, or stuck in the reaction mode, you don't need more pressure. You need direction and the tools that help you stay prepared. That's why Empowerment in Illness created the Lupus Roadmap, a step-by-step guide that helps you organize symptoms, questions, appointments, and next step, so you stop walking into care feeling unsure and start showing up with clarity. And if you ever struggle to explain what is going on, especially with brain fog, anxiety, or short appointment times, Empowerment in Illness also offers My Voice Ally. It helps you turn your experience into a clear summary you can share with your provider so you can advocate with confidence and get to the point faster. To explore the Lupus Roadmap, My Voice Ally, and other warrior resources, visit Empowerment in Illness online. Pick one tool that supports your next step and let direction lead the way. Be prepared. Don't panic. And now, back to the show. Before we leave, I would like to close with the special portion of the show I call Healing Heartbeats. This is where we allow ourselves to wallow in sorrow. Give yourself 3 minutes to laugh, cry, scream, cuss, or just sit in silence. Whatever you need to do to feel it, do it. Let the depression in for only 3 minutes. Once you reach 3 minutes, compartmentalize it and get back to living. This is a rinse and repeat behavior. You cannot let depression take over, because when it does, it will not let go. When we hear about the passing of someone, they have the day they were born and the day they pass away. There is a dash in the middle. It's not a long line, but a short dash. That dash represents your life. Go live in spite of having a chronic illness. Don't let your condition stop you. Today was your reminder that mindset is not about forcing positivity. It's about choosing direction. Chronic illness will change your pace, interrupt your plans, and test your energy. But it doesn't get to decide where you're headed. You do. When you stop drifting and start steering, even your hardest days feel less chaotic because you have something to return to. If you felt overwhelmed, scattered, or stuck lately, don't label yourself as failing. Look at what you've been carrying without a clear path. Direction reduces decision fatigue. Direction reduces spiraling. Direction helps you protect your energy because you stop rebuilding your plans every morning. That's why this episode matters. It gives you permission to focus on where you're going, not how fast you'll get there. This is also why the Lupus Roadmap fits so naturally into this conversation. It gives you structure when your mind feels overloaded. It helps you organize what you're experiencing and what you need, so you show up prepared instead of panic. It turns the unknown into the next step, so you can handle one stop at a time. So here's your takeaway. Choose your next step. Keep it small. Keep it honest. Keep it connected to your direction. Then repeat tomorrow. Remember, you have the strength, the heart, and the support to continue your journey. Be safe.